All right, welcome everyone to the latest edition of Waves on the Shore with Jaren dying in the background. Today we've got some albums we're going to talk about. We have a familiar face back with us. Jayded is here for today's episode. We have 3 albums lined up, as well as what are we listening to and who the frick. It's going to be a good one. Jaren is slowly but surely getting through his cough drop. He'll finish that when he pleases, I guess.
I can still talk.
He waited till we started recording. And
what does it matter?
I've chewed gum and making sucking noises.
We record. Why does it matter that I suck on a cough drop?
Because I'm making fun of you. That's why it matters. So, yeah, we have some albums here. We're gonna talk about Tyler Childers' "Can I Take My Hounds to Heaven." We're talking about Ashley McBride's "Lindaville," and we're talking about Ben Burgess and his new album "Tears the Size of Texas." It's gonna be a good one. I think it'd probably make the most sense to start with Tyler Childers because it was definitely the biggest release. Does anyone dispute?
I'd actually kind of want to do that last because my Tyler Childers leads into my my recommendation.
Okay. We can do that. Should we like scale up then? Should we start with Ben Burgess and make our way to Tyler?
Okay. We can do that.
Look at us
We'll do that.
Look at us making plans on the fly.
Hey.
And this is because we are the best podcast in the world, as we established last episode.
So true. Largest podcast.
The Rock actually
Biggest
shouted us
viewer
out on Instagram, actually. Yeah, fun fact.
I got a picture with The Rock. I'm gonna get that picture and send it to you. Literally like a week ago.
You should put it up on your wall. Like
me and my brother have a picture with The Rock. I will show you.
And you took it a week ago?
Yeah.
Is he really 6'5"?
How did this not
I
like?
think he's shorter.
Why was this not like? I'm like, why did I not hear about this sooner? It's The Rock, Evan.
I don't know. I'll send it to you.
It is D. Wayne.
What he was doing in
Dwayne
Canada,
Johnson.
I have no clue. Probably going to Toronto.
It might have been like press stuff for Black Adam.
Who knows? But it was kind of hype. It's like, yo, you're skinny, man. It was nuts. I stood beside him. I was like, man, this guy ain't big at all. I could pick him up with my left hand. But, anyways.
Did you say that to him?
Yeah, I was like, man, get your bald head out of here. Like, I could pick you up with my left hand.
Okay, I'm skeptical, though, because until I actually see photographs...
I'll send you... The picture was taken on my dad's phone, so I'll just ask for it and send it to you.
I feel like Evan is just gaslighting us so hard right now.
I am not.
I promise. The thumbnail of the YouTube video.
Yeah. We'll make the thumbnail of this episode that picture. All right, but so Ben Burgess, right, put out his debut album, "Tears the Size of Texas." It is 10 songs. My review of it is up on the channel, so I'll kind of let these two take the reins, and I'll chime in here or there. Who wants to start with how they're feeling? Jaren, you were gonna say something there, or?
Yeah, I can just start. Unless Jayded is dying to talk about Benny Boy.
I am dying, but not for that reason. Go ahead.
Okay.
Jayded's dying because it's 8 a.m.
That is why I'm dying.
We were gonna record a couple nights ago, late at night, in which case I would have been dead, and then I really don't know how it fell through, but we wound up here on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. So. But we're here. Look at us. Just for you guys.
Well,
just for you.
Yeah, I didn't want to record that late because at that point we would have like probably started at like 10:30 and we probably would have gone past midnight and I had work in the morning.
That's the issue. Me and Jaren have morning jobs, so it becomes slight L with late night. But we're here.
Well, this is okay because this is a spiritual experience for me. Let's go.
This is okay. Anyway, Ben Burgess. I think I've thought about it. Listened to the album a couple times, and I think I kind of feel similarly about this album that I do with Flower Shops. I think it's just kind of like a pretty solid first album. There's a couple songs that are there. I don't think there's really a bad song on here, like that I like hate.
Yeah, it's just very good right through.
It's just pretty okay, pretty solid. But I do think that the first half is maybe a little bit stronger for me personally than the second half, excluding Heartbreak, because I think Heartbreak is my favorite song.
And the last two for me. So really only a couple songs, but yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
I'll stop cutting.
I think the first 4, so Tears of Texas, White Picket Fence, When We Die, and Jackson are probably that's my favorite kind of run of songs. And then Heartbreak is probably my favorite one, and then the other ones I vibe with them, but I don't vibe with them as hard. I don't really have. I like you touched on it a little bit in your video. I like how he kind of. It seems like he's taking on kind of this character, this guy who's like going through these relationships and maybe learning lessons, or maybe the other people he's in a relationship with is learning a lesson from being with him. And
I hope Daisy learns a lesson in the courtroom, shooting our boy down.
Yeah, that's true. That is one thing. So, big question. Can Ben Burgess like resurrect like a phoenix from the ashes? You know, like so
he dies right at the start.
Yeah, Ben died. Like
it's over. This is the only album.
I think what we're dealing with here is what we have to come to terms with is that Ben Burgess is a witch, and that he needs to be burned at the stake.
Or Jesus. Is Ben Burgess Jesus? It's just a thought. There's only one other man who's come back to life.
He's what the Childers album is about. That's.
Can I take my hounds to Ben?
Can I take my hounds to Ben, old Benny boy? I feel like Ben would dap you up, be like, "Yeah, dog, all right, let's go to heaven." You know?
All right, man. Yeah, you're cool. You can get in here.
I don't understand. He's like. Ben is one of the more interesting artists because when I see
I like watching his interviews. I love watching his interviews.
He talks so similarly, and his mouth looks like he always has like I don't know if he even chews dip, but like his mouth looks like he's always packing. Like he's always got got a whole freaking can like in his lip, because his lip who's Homelander from you don't know the show from The Boys.
You're crazy if you think I know that.
The actor like puts a thing in his lip to literally just make the character look more stupid and douchey. And that sometimes Ben kind of looks like that for me. Not in I don't think he's like a douche. I just think he kind of has that
goofy.
that goofy kind of look sometimes. But I like Ben, so.
He definitely has a way of like whenever he's telling a story in an interview, he hypes up his own story so much, and I love it. Even just like body language. He's like, right, so then like we're doing this, okay, and this guy over here just comes running at us, and I go bang, right, and he gets all like into it.
It is really interesting to me how Ben kind of started out. Well, he like just moved out to LA to do songwriting instead of Nashville, and he's been around a little bit. I think it's
for a
hilarious
minute.
That
he's getting older.
Yeah,
he's like 38, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Well, actually, I don't know how old he is. I shouldn't have agreed with you.
I'm pretty sure he's close to 40.
Okay. He actually, to me, I kind of got the vibe that he was around like Morgan's age. So.
That's what I thought. He is 40.
Yeah,
he's 40 years old. Oh wait, that's a different Ben Burgess.
Bruh.
Ben Burgess, singer.
Roland.
But that's still not a singer, is it?
Okay.
I looked up singer, and it showed
one of the three Ben Burgesses we're looking for.
Ben Burgess on the Ben Burgess website.
I didn't realize there was more than one.
How old is dude? About.
Anyway, I think it's kind of funny that he had a song for like the Jonas Brothers LA soundtrack or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, the show. And it's like, huh, how'd that happen? You know? I watched that.
37. Show. He's 37. There you go.
37. Okay. Okay. All right, Jayded. I mean, well, actually, I want to rate it. I'm gonna give it something. All right. What would I give it?
I don't know.
That's a you question.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember. I kind of compared it. I essentially led my review with saying that it was equivalent to Flower Shops, but I don't remember what I
can give Flower Shops a 3. No.
What? Okay. Hey, yo, it's not that bad. It's not even bad. I'll probably just go with like a 7. It's pretty decent. I feel like 7 is the thing that like everybody gives.
If you like an album, it's generally a 7.
Yeah.
But I find myself now, I've been listening to more music, and I've realized that I can like an album and it can still be like a 5 or 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe I need to give a lower grades more often. I don't think I've ever given like, well,
that's a lie.
Yeah, I have given a low score, but it's not very often. Like with
Billy
Walker
Currington
Hayes
has
stuff.
entered the chat.
Oh geez, yeah. Oh gosh. Intuition was I still don't. Okay, Billy. Okay, we're gonna get on a. Oh, I know. We'll talk about Billy after Jayded
Jayded.
after Jayded gives his thoughts on the album because I
All
don't want
right.
to disjoint that.
I'm just curious. Do you guys? Is it just me, or do you guys have any issues with the production, like at all?
I
I
quite
didn't
like it
really
actually.
have any. No,
I felt like the production was super like muddy and bass forward. Like just me, because I listened to it like first I listened to it on my
He's probably got those
good
Android headphones. That's probably what's going
no,
on.
I listened to it on my
What does
good
that even
Sony
mean?
speakers.
Even though I want an Android now, because this thing sucks. I hate this thing now. But keep going.
True.
Imagine
Facts.
having Apple Music. Look, I don't even
I
care
will
if you use
still
an
I
Apple
will
phone.
still get Apple Music if I have an Android.
Bruh, what?
My friend has that.
I don't even
yeah.
think
Hey,
you
wait,
can.
wait, wait, wait.
No, yeah, you can. You can install the app.
I feel like I've missed something here
It's based
because
on iPhone.
last time we talked, you were like, "I'm never listening to Apple Music again. I'm moving to Spotify."
But I never-
Evan's just lazy and doesn't want to restart on Spotify.
Oh,
is basically
absolutely. That is absolutely the case.
I thought
You're
it was gonna
nuts
be like
if
a
you think I'm
new
doing
year
that.
thing.
No.
I thought you were gonna do it for 2020.
See, I say that because I get mad, but then like I'm never actually gonna switch. However, I would when it comes time to get a new phone, I will legitimately look at an Android now because this Apple thing, I'm done. But keep going. Before I go off on some phone tangent.
I just feel like nothing, like other than like the kick drum and the bass line, the other instruments didn't really get much of its time to shine.
Hmm.
Like it
I
really, I really felt like the bass drowned out a lot because I listened to it on my like good Sony speakers that have a lot of bass, but then I just listened to them on like my Pixel Buds that I'm wearing right now, and it was still like really overwhelming.
I think
Uh,
now that you say that, I think that because like I think Heartbreak has a very driving kind of bass kick drum. I think if I remember correctly, and so that
it's just so loud in the mix.
I don't know. Maybe it's
I'm trying to think back, but I never had an
listened to
issue
it with
with
like
it.
headphones or anything like that. So maybe that makes a difference.
I've listened to it in my Mazda 3 audio, which is literally the best speaker system I have access to. Funny
Oh
enough.
my gosh.
Like my mom's
What
SUV.
year is your Mazda 3?
2012.
Oh, it's actually pretty new.
Yeah, no, it's
Pretty
not even
cute.
it's not even like tragically old. But like my mom's freaking SUV sounds like you're in a soup can. My dad's truck it's pretty good, but it's not nothing on the Mazda. Nothing on.
So
the Mazda.
is the SUV's audio better than just like playing the music on your phone and putting it in a cup holder?
Pretty much the same, but now it's coming at you from all angles.
Okay.
And you're gonna hear a million safety beeps because that's
Continue,
stupid
Jaden.
thing.
Yeah, but other than that, it's like it's very clearly Ben Burgess's writing. I don't think there's anything like I don't want to say there isn't anything too special because it's good writing, but it's not. There's nothing that really stands out
It
other
won't
than
blow
like
your socks
maybe
off, but like
yeah. It's
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
no
know.
Walker Hayes
I-
album.
Yeah, of course not.
it's some Jimmy Allen type writing here.
Yeah.
Jimmy Allen tier, S tier.
Yeah.
That Mercury
What
Lane
is it?
tier.
Betty James. That's an S tier album, song, whatever it is. I don't remember.
Rumor
I don't
has
know.
it
I wasn't
Taylor
that
Swift
invested
named
in this
the
album
characters
coming
of
out, and I've only listened to it like 3 times, so I don't have that many
only
thoughts
3
on it.
times.
But
That's quite good. I
Three
mean,
is usually
I
feel
like it, and
three
I've
is
got
usually
it
enough
through,
to
like,
kind of
well,
have
if-
a general kind of decision on an album.
well, compared to the other two albums, I've listened to a lot.
fair.
So
Fair. All right, so
Okay.
that's
Do you-
pretty much the extent of the
before we
thoughts.
close it off, do you have off the top of your head? Do you have a rating you give it compared to Jaren's 7? Are you feeling stronger, lighter?
I give it like a 5.5.
All
Okay.
right.
I
I
do
like
think-
Killer Man a lot.
Real quick, I was just kind of thinking. I thought about this earlier, but I just remembered. Like Outlaw is on Dangerous.
And it's very cowboy.
Well, I think I was thinking I was like, wow, Outlaw would actually probably fit really well on this album. I think.
I probably
Just
like it
kinda-
more on this album.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Because it is very westerny and cowboy-y. It's kind of interesting how maybe he just likes that kind of leaning into that. But I did like the western. The whole like instrumentation and sound felt very western to me. I like westerns a lot.
Yeah, that was
And
one of my
so-
favorite things. Was the
That is
sound
one of my
in
favorite
that
things.
way.
that kind of genre of like soundtracks and stuff like that, there is less of like fiddle and or like prominent like fiddle solos, and like there's not really steel guitar. It's supposed to be more like drivey and like and so maybe that's why maybe that's a reason why maybe they were going for something like that, and the bass that maybe that's why bass is so loud in the mix. That's just a thought. Maybe that has nothing to do with it. I don't know.
Jaren's
I feel like I hear. I think it might just because it's his first album. I feel like I see a lot of like first albums be a little too bass heavy.
Huh.
Like especially
it's also
from smaller
he's
artists,
working
but
with the people
I
at
don't know.
Big Loud, so like you're gonna get that sound. You're gonna get that
Yeah, but Big
level
Loud,
of production.
it's not always that bass heavy.
No, I didn't.
Like there's
I'm
always
gonna
like
listen back now,
there's
paying
always like a
attention,
driving.
But Jayded,
because I never noticed that.
the label's literally named Big Loud. They have to be loud, Jayded.
And
Come
big.
on.
Yeah, but all the other instruments are loud too.
Do you want to start like small, quiet or something? Just sign
Let's
a bunch
go.
of, like,
Small, quiet.
Just a very light piano in every song.
every song is the exact same instruments. It's just like,
lonely and scared records.
well, that just has nothing
Playing
to do
on the
with
world's
volume or
smallest
size.
violin.
That's just sad.
It's just sad.
That's just
what I'm
sad.
that's... All right, which one are we doing next?
Ashton McBride, Lindaville.
I have. Well, actually, who's going first?
We're
Should I
the
go
best
first
at
again?
transitions, by the way. We literally just
Yeah.
Ashton
Yeah, we just,
McBride,
like,
and we're
actually-
going. But yeah, if I had to do a more formal transition, Ashton McBride put out her newest collaboration album, Lindaville, and we're gonna talk about it. Wow, what a transition! All right, who
Yeah,
wants to start us off
try.
here?
Should we just do the me, Jayded, and then you every time?
Sure, yeah,
Should we just
we'll
do
run
that?
a system.
Let's do
like
that. This album whelmed me. I was whelmed. I was not like, oh, this album's bad.
I like that
Or-
term, whelmed.
Yeah, and I also
Not
was
overwhelmed, not underwhelmed,
Yeah,
whelmed.
What show is
whelmed.
that from? What?
I think
What is that from?
I don't know. It's from something, I think.
Yeah, it's from something I know.
I don't. I thought he made it up on the spot.
No, well, I think it is in something, but I did just like I didn't like somebody said that before. A million people have probably said it before. Whatever. Anyway, this album, like I have a lot of respect for it. I think a lot of it's really cool, and Evan touches on this what I'm about to say in his like review of the album, but like I kind of feel like it's not really a song that I'm like, or there's not really even more than one song. Not even one song that like kind of really sticks out to me, and I feel like I can just kind of like.
I have
listen to it.
standouts, but
Jaron, I know what it's from. I just figured it out.
What?
From Young Justice. Kid Flash says it.
Oh. You actually?
Have you
okay.
seen?
That sounds familiar.
Have you
I've
seen Young Justice?
Yeah, yeah. We're getting
Okay,
on.
okay.
Evan's like, Evan has no clue what Young Justice is actually. Actually, Evan, guess. Just guess. Like,
well, I
what
heard
is
him
Young
say
Justice?
Flash, so I'm gonna say Flash, like a
No.
superhero.
I mean, okay. I mean, it's never mind.
Flash
It's
is present.
it's an old cartoon on Cartoon Network about like the Young Justice League, essentially, is what it.
That's some
kind of
American
what-
type
That's
thing.
generally American. Like what? Okay, hold up. No, that's like
Whoa,
okay.
whoa,
Forget it. I'm not.
whoa.
Keep it rolling. You're not gonna get me with the movies and TV shows.
But yeah, like I don't know. Maybe the Brothers Osborne one was the one that's like, but nothing was like, oh, I gotta add that to a playlist. Like it's like so good.
The only one I found myself going back to is The Girl in the Picture. That's the only one I found myself returning to like consistently.
I can understand why you wouldn't want to add it to a playlist. I feel like it's really an album type
I think
album.
Yeah, it's its
kinda-
own thing. You can't really
It's literally
pick
meant
spots
to be
out of
listened
it.
to on its own, but it's not
Yeah.
an album that I find myself wanting to listen to because I don't know. It's
See, no, I agree. It's not necessarily a knock on the quality, but it's like, it's not every day I feel like looking into an imaginary world of some like trailer park with strippers at doing gospel songs and stuff. It's
that
like,
is also one
it's
thing.
not-
Some of the
That's
songs.
just the
I'm like,
world I live in, you know?
yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's like, it's cool. It's cool, and
Yeah.
I think it's good objectively. But as far as replay value, I've heard it. I know what it's about now, so I'm not
Yeah.
really gonna be going back to it much.
So that's what I was about to say. Is I actually think it's a good, maybe a great album. I just don't like it. Is that if that's how? Like if that maybe
I
that's
agree with
personally-
most of that though. I
That's
agree with most.
personally
Of
how
that.
I would put it. I don't. Maybe I shouldn't say that I don't like it. Maybe it's I don't prefer to listen to it. I also find myself
It's more interesting
not
than it is
liking-
enjoyable.
I touch on this on my video that's actually going up today, but I find myself not liking concept albums as much as other people. Because I feel like for me personally, the experience that is offered, I enjoy less than an album that maybe
You can
leaves
go
more
back
up.
to.
Well, that leaves more up for interpretation.
Okay, yeah,
some-
yeah, yeah.
Some songs I can kind of be like, maybe this is what's happening, or what did they mean by that? But in this, it's like, nope, Brenda has to put her bra on. Like
Well-
that's what's happening right now.
well-
Like,
well, I
Brenda's gotta
think
put the bra back on.
The other thing with concept albums is it doesn't necessarily have to be
Yeah.
so straightforward. Like this is a very straightforward
And I don't
like
think that's
version
I
of a
don't think for
concept album. It's literally
Yeah.
telling a very specific, very direct story. Whereas other ones are more like there are characters, there is a plot, there is some movement here, but it's also like what's the word I'm looking for?
cohesive.
Wow, it just left me. It all fits together, and you can see how it moves along, but it's not like at each point there's a
Yeah.
specific like this is what's happening. It's like it kind of flutters off and makes a song, and I kind of touched on that at the end of the video where it's
Yeah.
like it makes concept albums with more replay value. I appreciate them more.
Yeah, I don't think any of that is a negative, like out the gate necessarily. I think it really just comes down to preference. Like some
Mhm.
people will probably really, really like this album, and I think I have a lot of respect for it. I actually do think it's really impressive. Like it's really cool. They kind of built this. There's a lot of really cool world building and writing here, and I think that all really works. For like if like it just really works for what it is, but like
Mhm.
what it is not what I want. The majority of the time.
I like
Like
that.
it's so it's I just want to clarify. Like I don't think this is a bad album. I really probably would say that it's a good or great album. I think it just depends on the type of listener. And but
Right.
like but I don't want to listen to a song about Brenda putting her bra back on. I can't just like
I feel like that's a jam, dog. You
Oh
kidding me?
no, it's fun, but that's also just not my
I've probably
Lyrical.
listened to that song more than I've listened to any other song on the album.
interesting.
Jayded
But I
versus
I-
Bras.
also probably can't like
I-
throw
I
that
love
song
the-
on. My mom would be like, "What? No, stop." Turn this
Yeah.
off."
Well, it's probably not a song you listen to with your mom. That's true.
Well, no, but like I listen to music all the time, so if I'm like washing dishes in the kitchen, I can't listen to that song on the album. Is what I'm saying.
Gospel night at the strip club. That's who you go to.
There's also I was gonna say this album in general is very like like good Christian women are not going.
Yeah, but I feel like there's like a harsh sort of reality.
It's
Oh, yeah,
not
there's
sugar
not
coated.
really
That's
one.
Yeah,
that's what
right.
makes it fascinating is how unsugar coated it
I
is.
appreciate that. I'm just saying, for me, I probably like that's part of the reason. That's just part of the reason why I might not like just throw this album on all the time,
Mhm.
you know. But I do think it's good. I'd probably give it like an 8 or a 9, just kind of trying to be objective with it.
Mhm.
But on like enjoyment, probably like 5 or 6 or something like that. I don't know. Like if I'm just talking about having an awesome time. But anyway, Jayded, go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm kind of on the same page with you as so far as I don't really have any objective critiques of the album. It just so for the whole album, you can tell, and I don't know that this is true, but other than the one cover song, "When Will I Be Loved," I think pretty sure the whole album is written by Ashley McBride, if not just co-written by Ashley McBride.
I think
Because
they,
you can
I think they went.
I think she
Oh.
collaborated with different people on different songs.
So
but I
what
think she
someone
wrote all of them.
commented was apparently they went on like a writers retreat, almost like what Miranda Lambert did with John Randall and Jack Ingram when they made the Marfa tapes. This is just a product of a writers retreat, which is why there's so many repeat features because like
Mhm.
all of these people were kind of contributing to all of the songs. That's what I know. So that's
I
why
do think
it's actually not
I'm
Brothers
just
Osborne.
saying
I think it's just TJ.
I can really hear Ashley's songwriting
Yeah,
in a lot of
yeah,
this.
I would agree.
I
do-
agree with that. I also hear Ashley's melody at certain points, like the girl in the
Right.
picture. I'm like, this is an Ashley McBride song. Like
Just
anyone else
just
could
the,
sing
like,
this, and
the
I would
words,
call it out.
just like the words that like she sings, like she writes, sounds like the rhymes sound like something that Ashley would
Mm-hmm.
write. Like even when it's other people, and that's why every song I'm imagining Ashley singing it, and it makes me sad because she's not.
Yeah, that's
I
the thing.
just-
She's
when I-
not on it a lot,
makes-
so
Yeah,
That
and
is
it
my
makes me
that is my
sad
one
because now we
thing.
gotta like wait. We now gotta wait another 2 years for an Ashley McBride album, and I'm
no.
gonna.
Apparently, she has a solo thing on the way as well. This is just a
Yeah.
side project.
I was gonna say this feels like more like this doesn't feel like a. This feels like a more of a side project.
Like I
And
can't
would-
confirm, but I feel like I remember seeing something or someone commented or texted me something saying like there's another solo album on the way.
Interesting.
I
Well,
just
let's see.
I just heard Ashley McBride was releasing an album, and I was like, yay! I get to hear Ashley McBride again. But no,
And then you heard
I
it for
got
like 2
one
songs.
song.
Yeah, that is my one thing is that she's not on a lot of songs, but I do like that. Like,
It's all my criticisms are. It's like a double-edged sword. Everything on
Yeah.
this album's like a double-edged sword. It's like, case there's not a lot of replay value, but it's so interesting. Okay, Ashley's not on it, but that's because there's all these specific characters that get
Yeah,
to
the
sing their own
characters are
part.
cool.
So it's like
And
everything's a double-edged sword.
and I just think like maybe this is like another thing with how I consume music. Like as we've established, I'm more lyric focused, but more than I am music focused, I'm vocals focused. So it kind of goes lyrics, vocals, music for me. So when I listen to people, I'm often listening for their vocals, which I'm gonna touch on more when on the Tyler Childers album.
Okay. Interesting.
Should we move
I'm
into the
excited to
Childers
talk about
album?
the Tyler Childers album.
What?
I'm excited to talk about the Tyler Childers album.
I don't think I'm
Me too.
excited as you guys to talk about the Childers.
Well, I'm excited to. Well, no, I might be excited for like not the reason.
Oh. All right. Well, I think. Did you guys want to give a?
It's mid.
Do you guys want to give a quick rating for the Ashley McBride if you had to? Or Jaren gave
I said-
one. You said like an 8 or 9. Jaded, do you have a
Yeah.
number?
Yeah, that was my objective
I guess.
score. If I'm being
Yeah, I
like-
guess trying to
Yeah,
be
go ahead.
critical, I'd probably put it up there with an 8 with you. But like as for personal enjoyment, it's like a 5.
Yeah.
We said the same thing. So yeah. Never have we ever disagreed on anything.
So with
Ever.
that, are we good to
It's not like my
transition-
whole thing when I was on this show was to come in with a hot take at the end.
It's true.
We've agreed quite a bit so far this episode.
Evan, you haven't done a review of Tyler Childers' album yet. have you?
No, there's a bunch of albums I want to talk about, and the list is piling. So I'm just after we finish recording this, I'm gonna start setting it up. I'm gonna do one of those like speed runs where I give myself like 90 seconds for each album, or like
Okay.
1 minute for each album. Just give my thoughts, rating. New album, give my thoughts, rating, just to get it. Because there's a lot of albums I want to talk about, but it's like I'm
Fair.
way too late to making an entire video for every single
That-
one.
That
So-
Bailey Zimmerman EP came out, and I haven't listened to it.
That might get its own video only
I've
because
been-
there's so much buzz around him. I feel
Yeah,
like it'll
that's
get
true.
clicks, but
That would be a good idea. We could also talk about Hardy just a little bit after Tyler Childers, like just.
yeah, we'll see what the time's looking like. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll be down with that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Tyler.
Tyler Childers. So
This is his like 4th album. Is
Big
that-
Red, let's go.
yeah, I think
Is
it's
his-
4th because you have
Because
Bottles
he's
and
he had
Bibles,
one, like,
Purgatory,
he had- yeah.
House
and then-
or Country
one-
Squire. I mean, Long Violent History, which is
Maybe
like
it's his
instrumental.
5th. Maybe it's
Maybe it's
technically
his 5th. Long Violent History is like a song with a lot of intro. But Tyler Childers dropped Can I Take My Hounds to Heaven? And it is a interesting triple album thing where he did the album 3 times. And I will be honest, I have not listened through The Joyful Noise all the way. I've only heard
Evan,
a
I
few
hate you.
songs.
I will never.
I hate you so
no, I
much.
will. No, I will never listen to the Joyful
Evan, I
Noise
hate you.
version all the way through.
No, because here's the thing, right? So,
Evan,
and this
I hate
might,
you.
maybe I'm gonna set it off on a hot take, but I just
Jayded,
wasn't.
Did you see the picture that Evan sent? I'm going to.
Oh, that's why you hate me.
Yes, I knew it. I
Oh.
knew you. I knew you were lying. You were like, yeah, I just took a picture with the fact that you like that I didn't hear about it sooner. I was like, there's no way this dude actually took a picture with The Rock. Like, I'm gonna see if the audience.
I
that.
see.
It's a cardboard. It's a cardboard cutout.
That's why you didn't answer my height question. I see.
I love how since Jayded's on his phone, when he goes to watch the picture, his camera just disappears.
All right, listen. Listen.
So no, we were literally at some like Thanksgiving family reunion thing, and for some reason they just had a Dwayne Johnson cutout, and so we were like,
Yo, you should have taken it.
Now I kind of believe.
Oh,
like,
you know what? I
said
should have.
about
I
his, like,
should have.
bald head or whatever.
I so badly. Once I get a couple paychecks through Evan, you know that cardboard cutout's going back.
I
there,
should
you
probably
know.
I should probably get it and then just have it in the background for the
Jayded,
poster
have you
video.
are you
Heard
in
our
the loop
master
on that?
plan? We
I think
want to
we've
get
talked about it on
What?
the podcast
we want to
before.
get cardboard cutouts of people Taylor Swift hates and just have them chilling in the back
Oh.
of our videos.
Well, does she
Oh,
hate
nice.
Mr. Worldwide? I just want to get a cardboard cutout of Pitbull. Because
Oh no,
that would be
yours
funny.
isn't yours isn't
Evan
someone
wants
she
to-
hates.
We've now. I might get. I think it would be funny to just have like you have a cardboard cutout of Jake Gyllenhaal and John Mayer, just like both. in
That's
the
a lot of
background.
money for cardboard cutouts, man.
Listen, boys. It's gonna be another
bit-
like 6.
The bit is worth it.
Listen, boys. It's gonna be like another 6 months before I come back on the podcast. Y'all are gonna have all your cardboard cutouts up. I'm gonna turn on my camera, and it's just gonna be Evan and Jared.
You'll have a cardboard cutout of us.
That would be elite, honestly. That'd
Oh,
be
wait,
amazing.
and Jared, you will be like 3 feet tall.
Yeah,
Okay.
make Jaren so short.
Okay. I'm slightly below the average male height in the U.S. Like
Jaren was up to my
okay.
knee.
Sure.
So,
Bro.
anyways, childers. So I thought Jaren hated me because I hadn't listened to the Joyful Noise all the way, but he hated me because I didn't actually get a picture with
No.
The Rock, or he might still hate me for that. But
No, I
the-
wasn't listening to you while you were talking. I just kept saying that I hated you.
So the reason I haven't gotten all the way through the Joyful Noise, so really I've listened to this album like 2.5 times, which is really like 1 through each version and like half of Joy. Because,
You
and this
did
might be
better
my
than
hot
me,
take,
bro.
I wasn't really floored by the album the first time through with the Hallelujah version. I wasn't. Wait, what order does it go? It goes
Hallelujah, then Jubilee, then
Jubilee,
Joyful
right?
Noise.
So I wasn't really. I listened to the Hallelujah. I was like, I don't know, like it's fine, but it's nothing crazy. And then I listened to the Jubilee. I was like, it's still fine, but it's nothing crazy. And then I got to the Joyful Noise version. I was like, well, this kind of whack. So, and it's still the same songs. We're now just making them whack.
And
So.
so my whole thing on this album, and I have a video going up around like 1 today, and I talk about it's kind of like an unofficial album roundup video actually, but the Tyler Childers, when I get to Tyler Childers, this album is just like what are we what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's like bad.
It's not bad. It's just very, for me, it really fails to leave a mark.
But I don't
Like,
know
it
if
really-
that's what Tyler's trying to do, because I feel like Tyler's just
And
doing
maybe
his-
it's no, and Tyler is doing his own thing. But I'm just these songs for me kind of lacked a bit of punch. They all kind of like, at least as soon as I finish the album, they all sort of blend into one, and I struggle to pick out
let's say-
moments.
Yeah, from like song to song. If we're just talking about, is it like 8 tracks or 9 tracks?
8.
It's like, it's 8. So from those 8 tracks, it's kind of, to me, it's like it's a little bit meandering, maybe. Like,
Mhm.
they kind of feel kind of samey.
They're also
kind
very.
of.
Some of the songs are long, and they don't need to be. It's like we have
Yeah.
some like dragged out outros or intros or like instrumental, pretty much entirely instrumental songs, but they're all just like loops of the same chords and same drums, and it's just like a slowly paced little guitar solo
Yeah.
here or a vocal addition there. So
Yeah,
I think
it's-
the songs can kind of drag, and in turn, it makes the album kind of drag.
I think the best way to put how I feel about this album is that it just feels bizarre. Like I don't
Yeah.
like. It's just like, especially when you get to okay, so I can maybe see it's an interesting concept. I have some respect for it. The fact that it exists is interesting in itself. Um, the Hallelujah version and then there's the Jubilee version. Like the idea of there being three different versions of the same song, that's kind of cool. But it's like the Hallelujah version, like they just none of them are. I don't know. They don't feel that drastic of a change. But then there is a drastic change when you get to the Joyful Noise version, but it's not a good change. It's not.
It's like what's this,
I don't.
Chief?
It's yeah. I genuinely am like what it like. I just like what is Tyler like thinking when he's making the Joyful Noise versions?
I don't know, but I just as soon as I finished it, I just went back and listened to Purgatory, and I was like, cool. I was like, cool. This is the Shoulders album. Like, I'll go back to Purgatory, House Squire. Why do I keep wanting to call it House Squire? There's House Fire, which is one of my
House
favorite
Fire.
songs, but it's
That is
Country
good.
Squire. Gosh darn it! I always say Country Squire.
I will say that. Oh wait, what? Go.
hate the version of Purgatory that's on these albums. It's just not good at all.
Yeah.
Everything about Purgatory that I liked that wasn't the writing was ruined. It is not good.
Yeah, this
It
album
makes me
is.
sad.
I don't know. It's really interesting. I do think it's important that people even I know a lot for the most part there's going to be a negative response to this album, I think. If for like just kind of majority. I think I'm kind of like it exists, whatever. I was never like a diehard Childers fan anyway. Like Childers used to be the Messiah, now it's Zach Bryan, and I think,
and he's still putting out music,
yeah.
Like he's still going.
I did listen. Okay, so I didn't listen to Burn, 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 but I was kind of like, okay, it's been a couple months since I've heard a Zach song. I'll listen to Starved. Starved was pretty good, I thought. But I won't get into it too much.
To quickly touch on Zach Bryan, I found myself like not wanting to listen to his new releases when they come out because I'm like, holy crap! I actually just like I don't want. I like Zach Bryan's music, but I have grown sick of it, and I don't want to be sick of it, so I'm just avoiding it right now.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm starting to feel negative about it, not because I don't not because I like hate it or hate him. I'm just tired of it, and so and so when I hear that it's coming out, I'm just not interested.
Man,
like,
I just keep listening and I keep loving it.
And then you have Josh Turner on the opposite side of that coin, where I don't get anything from Daddy Josh. Please supply me with sustenance.
So while Jaren's coping about someone that's like the father that's never gonna come back, he still hasn't found the milk. Jayded, how are we feeling about?
I'm gonna give this album a 3. By the way.
Oh, I give it like.
Okay, first off, look, objectively maybe it's a 5, but out of enjoyment, it's below a 5. It is not that.
See,
high.
yeah, I would give it like a high 4 or 5, simply because it wasn't that interesting to me. I don't know.
It's pretty mid, maybe.
All the songs, they kind of. I feel like the other thing is they weren't very.
Like, I'm gonna make a mid album.
How do I even follow that? But they weren't very like dynamic. I mean, melodically, they kind of just felt like they like just kind of chugged along, and all the songs are just like a drum loop, a basic like nice little drum loop in the back with some acoustic strumming, and you're gonna have that electric guitar for a fill. That was every song. So I found it just like, it's like nice gospel sentiments, but like I could go other places for that. So
Josh Turner has a
okay.
So this album actually,
I thought you were gonna go off on Josh Turner. I was gonna cut you off.
Well, no. I wasn't gonna. I was gonna say that he has a better album, but I won't get on that. But he actually does have a good gospel album. Go listen to it. But like, I won't get into the Josh Turner thing. But I something I almost forgot to mention is that I don't know if this is necessarily a gospel album. Because it's more just an album about religion, I feel like.
Yeah, no, it's
idea of religion.
Yeah, it's more pondering the thought of religion and the different perspectives.
Yeah, and it definitely has a gospel sound, but that was definitely on purpose. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely has gospel themes too, like with even in Heart You've Been Tending, there's like kind of images of like the end days and stuff. But yeah, anyway, I'll get into my thing.
Jayded loves it. 10 out of 10.
So, man,
Yeah,
I
we'll
wish
see.
I could say that.
Yeah.
I wish I could come out with those hot takes. No. Um. So this is the first time Tyler Childers has ever like produced his own stuff,
Oh, I didn't
and
know he
I
produced
think,
it.
according to my brother, he did, and I am trusting him with my life because I'm just going based off that. Um. I
Maybe that'll explain why it's more basic. Or like
yeah.
simple.
It's so I don't think Tyler Childers has that much of an ego, which may have led him to putting his voice really, really low in the mix. His like if you go to this
Oh,
album
that's a good point.
and
Now that you
then you
say
go to
that.
any of his other albums, his voice is so much louder. But in this album,
Almost
he's
trying to hide
essentially
it.
another
He's like in the background yelling at the mic. He's like if I
yeah,
went
he
to the corner of the room and was talking
He's
from
like,
back there.
Oh no, my headphone wire not that long. Dang it. Alright, well, I forgot about that.
Evan's like the little kindergartners that I teach when I tell like
Oh,
when they're
be
with the
quiet,
headphones
because you're.
and they get up to go use the restroom and they just run away with the headphones on and the iPad goes flying off the
When
table.
when you shave, the principal doesn't know if you're a kindergarten student or an intern teacher. Okay, so.
So actually, funny story, real quick. When I used to work at Anderson Elementary, like 2 years ago, when I had longer hair, there was a brief period. What did we? Oh, hold up. Was this before? I think the podcast had just started and we hadn't started doing video episodes yet. So at the time, my hair it was the longest my hair had ever been, but my hair curls a little bit as if it gets longer. And so we straightened it, and it was like down to down to here. Like I just wanted to see like my friend Ludney, she straightened it for me.
that
The
was
thing is,
that was
she
the bat picture days.
we didn't put any like
Yeah.
we didn't put, that's true. We didn't put on any like of the protectant stuff, so it literally just like killed my hair. So it never went back to being curly. So it was just straight for like 3 weeks. So when I'm working at school, like I might be in the hallway, and one time like two little girls walked past me, and they were like, "Is that Mrs. like whoever?" Like they thought I looked like they were like not sure if I wasn't a female teacher because I just had long hair, long straight hair, and I was like, tough. This is tough. At least I mean I didn't get confused for a child. I was getting confused for another female teacher. I was like, rip. And at the time I was clean shaven, so because if I had a beard, it would have been more obvious.
They would have been like, "What? That is
I
not
had
Mrs. So and So."
It was cute baby face Jaren with long straight hair. I was putting it up. Bro. I was putting it up in a little bun, little tail. You know. But anyway, that's besides the point. I don't remember.
I
how
wish
we
I
got
saw
here.
straight-haired Jaren. All right, continue,
I
Jade.
have pictures I can send you guys.
Yeah, I actually think that this is probably by far, like from a technical standpoint, his best vocal performances so far. Like he will scream in some of these
That's
songs.
true. He does
he will
things. I just wish the
he
songs
will
were
hit
good.
notes that you don't think he can hit, and then he's always Tyler Childers is always like trying to sing. Like I'm pretty sure Tyler Childers has to be like a tenor because when he sings low,
Oh, he
his
very
voice
much
gets
has.
drowned out
He
so
very
much.
much has a higher voice.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. But he sings. He can sing kind of low in this album sometimes.
You can't sing thicket like he does with
Yeah.
a bassy voice.
Yeah, I think. Well, the thing
And
with Tyler's vocals on this album. Sorry to interrupt. I'm just gonna throw this in while it's relevant. I think technically he goes for more like he's going for a more technical performance. He's trying to hit these notes and blah 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 blah. But I think what I liked with the other stuff is more like the looseness, the more like give me like more of a yelp here and there. Maybe he misses a note in exchange for the passion that he's putting forth on some of his songs. I think that's what I liked. Whereas this album was very much more for me, very much more technical, straightforward by the book. So
I don't think it was. I don't think it was necessarily straightforward. I don't think he was as yelpy as he was.
mhm.
The passion was still there, because like I don't like he's not like straight. Like when he tries to sing like a really intense note, he will scream
Yeah.
that. Like it doesn't sound healthy. So
He definitely does have those moments.
I genuinely think if his voice was like doubly as loud on this album,
Doobly.
it would like double my rating for it.
Indubitably, unequivocally. Sorry.
All right, hold on.
People
My
said big
girlfriend's
words,
back.
and so then I started
Over
saying.
on the podcast.
I think we missed what you said.
Yeah,
Okay, wait. I don't think you did. I
No,
think
I didn't hear. What you
We
said
just
before
saw you leave. We're like, what?
okay, yeah, no. My girlfriend called me, and she didn't know that I was on the podcast from.
Priorities.
okay.
Hang up.
Gotcha.
No, I did actually. I let her call the first 2 times, and then I had to text her to let her know that I was on the podcast.
Oh,
Okay,
fair enough. See,
okay.
I would have just kept
Okay.
hanging up.
Yeah.
And then when she asked about it, I would have been like, "What's it to you? Why do you care?
Male business.
Dude things you would
Dude
not
things.
understand.
I was
Women
with the
don't
boys.
get it." But well, if you had to wrap up the Childers segment, if you're given, I'm actually curious, if you're giving a number rating for the Childers album, Jayded, where are you landing this?
If I can just pick one version, which would be the Hallelujah.
Oh yeah,
version.
sure. Okay, yeah. What version would I probably take?
Well, he said hallelujah. Jada just said hallelujah.
Yeah.
But I like the Hallelujah version like more overall. But my favorite songs are "Way of the Triune God." I like the Hallelujah version of that more.
People have been claiming.
But my
that,
second favorite is "Heart You've Been Tending." I like the Jubilee version of that more. Overall, I like the Hallelujah version more.
Honestly, I think Angel Band is probably my favorite song.
The pre-release.
Yeah, the pre-release. I don't know. It's the only one that really stuck with me, and
I don't really like
maybe
that
because
song.
it's a pre-release. I think I like the Jubilee version more. I
I feel like that song drags for me.
I think it could have been cut down a little bit.
That's fair.
You have to not get that sounds to Discord audio.
Purposefully didn't sing it well.
So do you have a number, Jayded? If you had to give, I'm going like a high 4.
3.
If I can just rate like the Hallelujah version, I'd give it a 6. But if I have to like rate all of them together, I'd give it like a 4. Yeah.
We have agreed way more than normal today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's actually kind of weird.
We had some more unique out, like a very like.
Yeah. It's not like we're talking about.
I was
like,
really
a big
expecting
star.
one of you to be like really into the Tyler Childers album, like my brother is, but it didn't happen.
Not really, no.
Nah, well, I just say
We just don't like bad music.
Yeah, we just.
That's it.
Everybody's hustle looks a little bit different, so that's just how it is. No, with this one, like I said earlier, I'm just not a big like. I've always liked Tyler Childers, but he has songs that I don't like, and he has songs that I do like. So like, I'm one of them. I'm not super biased when it comes to like if he releases something, I'm not a stupid. There's stupid like Zach Bryan fans out there. It doesn't matter what he releases, they will always say.
No. Because get ready for Friday. Get ready for Friday when Taylor Swift drops an album. Oh,
that's true.
My gosh.
People,
like
even
Taylor
if it
Swift.
is really good. Yeah, even if
I
it
like
is really
Taylor
good.
Swift's music a lot, but can her fan base shut up?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to hear you. Nobody wants to hear how you're on your knees for Taylor Swift.
That's kind of
like,
how I feel about girls and Harry Styles.
It's way worse for Taylor Swift than Harry Styles. Because when they're liking Harry Styles, they're like, oh, he's so hot, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I mean, Harry Styles makes good music too. When it's Taylor Swift, they literally act like she is God. She cannot make a bad song, blah, 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 blah. Everything's perfect. Every decision she makes is perfect, blah, 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 blah.
Okay,
and it's like,
I see that.
I hate it, and they're ready to come out of hibernation. Not that they ever went away. Not that they ever shut it up, or however you want to past tense shut up.
They never stopped talking.
They never stopped talking. But now they're gonna come out like crazy, and it's like, let me enjoy the Taylor Swift album because it's probably gonna be really good without you screaming at me, oh my gosh, have you heard the Taylor Swift album? Yes, I have, and I enjoyed it. So shut up before you ruin it for me.
So I see that. I agree with that I would say for the most part, but I think I just find Harry Styles fans more annoying. Like they might not be more annoying, but I think I just like them less.
I think they're more stereotypical like girl fan base, like
Yeah, and they just
the guy.
it is their lifestyle, it's their identity. And
Yeah.
they would,
Whereas Taylor Swift, they're acting like she can't do anything wrong. And it's like, man,
Yeah.
you can like you can critique her. You don't have to love every song. And you know what
Alright, listen, boys.
Huh?
I've got the cheat code for you, right?
Okay.
You guys are you're the. Can I do the Virgin versus Chad meme here? Is that gonna make it?
Sure. What is the I'm familiar with this format.
I know it's coming.
Listen, you guys are the
I'm familiar with this format.
you guys are the Virgin music internet Discord enjoyers.
Oh, okay.
I am just the chat. I listen to music. I don't look at anything. I just listen. It's over.
It is a Chad thing. You know, I think I am thinking of ways I control the Taylor Swift
Ignorance
album.
is bliss.
Even though I really am probably gonna like it a lot. Like I kind of want
I
to
got
do
out of the
like
game when I exited this podcast.
listening to John Mayer instead of Taylor Swift or something, and just film it switching to like midnight on Friday.
Behind a long time ago. That was
I don't know,
that
there's
was
gonna be
back then.
There's gonna be a way I control her somehow. But anyways,
We were talking about Tyler Childers and his fans though. They're not that annoying. I was just
No,
saying
they're
some
not.
people treat him like he's like. I feel like
the God
now that
complex.
this album, yeah, I feel like now that this album has come out, now that like, his past two albums have been, everybody's been like, okay, like I think the Tyler fans are now like they're like in shambles, kind of like how I am with Josh.
I'm actually really worried about the next Childers album because now that he's producing, I just don't want him to keep putting his voice so low in the mix. I'm
He also
genuinely afraid about that.
like, will we ever get a more like normal Childers album ever again?
Who knows?
Maybe. Oh, I just
My brother is the biggest Childers fan I know, and he actually likes this album. But I had like a big conversation about him, and he was like, "Well, you know, Sturgill kind of went back to his roots eventually. You know,
sure.
all of these musicians, they kind of eventually go back to
funny
their
that
roots."
you bring that up because when Sturgill went back to his roots, it's I feel similarly about Dude and Juanita than I do with Lindaville, as it's a concept album. So I'm like, yeah, this is pretty objectively pretty good, but I don't really go back to that album.
I really like Dude and Juanita.
It's
I
not
listen to.
bad. Like
I
it's
still
a
listen
good
to Dude
album.
and Juanita.
Yeah, I just don't.
But maybe
I'm
that's just because he didn't have 13 features and never sang on it.
it's a little bit different for sure, but it's still a concept album with like kind of like a storyline and stuff. But we don't have to get into it. But I've never been like a big like I've dipped my toes in the Sturgill pool, but like I'm not like I don't know if I'd call myself a Sturgill fan, which is I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Like I mean I'm very indifferent towards Sturgill Simpson. Some people are ride or dies, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I guess I'll die. Like,
if that's what it comes down to, then I'm getting wiped out here. Oh boy.
Yeah. I actually one quick thing before we move on. I saw somebody comment on like a post, people talking about this album when it came out. I didn't listen to this album until like it was probably like more than I think I didn't listen to it for the first time until like 4 or 5 days ago, and at that point it's been out for just over 2 weeks now, so it had been out for like a week and a half, and I saw somebody comment on like some post on Instagram, and they were like, somebody needs to get Tyler back on like cocaine so that he can get a better album.
Okay,
and I was like, okay, I get what you're saying, but
that's like the other narrative. It's kind of.
Yeah, I'm like that. Now people think that Tyler can only make a good album if he's on drugs, like if he's not sober. And I'm like, okay, let's calm down here. Let's not.
That was not necessary.
Yeah, I thought it was funny, not because what he said was funny, but because the guy was like being like ignorant and like selfish and just being like,
yeah,
I need Tyler to destroy his life so that he can make a good album for me. And it's like, okay, let's calm down.
You're not worth that.
If you actually cared about what he does, then you would not say that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
with Tyler Childers behind us, I think we can transition to what are we listening to. And Jayded, you can go first because you said Childers kind of. We're an hour in, so
Okay.
Let's just do it, man. Let's just do it.
Talk about Hardy, or
Yeah, let's just do it.
Alright.
Let's just do it. It doesn't have to be a big thing.
we can talk about him for a few minutes. What are we saying?
I specifically want to talk about Truck Bed. Everybody knows the other two songs are good. You know?
Yeah.
You don't think Truck Bed's good? I like Truck Bed.
Okay, so
Okay, no. So hold on.
hold on.
Before we,
There's very mixed feelings about Truck Bed, I've discovered.
I'm
Like-
reading the comments on my video, and all the comments are people saying they love Truck Bed, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, so
Why are we liking this?
So I'm conflicted because I so very badly want to like Truck Bed, and I enjoy it. Yes, yet I also there are specific things about the production and the instrumentation choices where I'm like, why did we even do that? Like, why did we not? Why did we just not? Why didn't we just not? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some weird production. Like, there's weird sounds. Like I don't even know if it's an instrument. Like, somebody used a computer to make some sounds and it's mostly at like the first half of the song, and I'm like, why are we doing that? And then why do we have a fake snare? I think the first like 15 seconds of the song starts off decently, but then once he starts getting into like the
robot rap thing.
Yeah, the robot rap thing and the fake snare comes in. I get lost a little bit, but then I get swept back up when it turns into rock at the end. And
See,
I'm
I
like,
get
okay,
even
this
more
is-
lost when that comes up because I'm like, right, how do we go from this to this? Like,
Well, I like it because it sounds good. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
like
yeah,
the- yeah. So it's like
and
there's
see,
a
I get
good
that, but it
song
doesn't make
here.
the song any much of a mess or any less of
There's
a
a-
mess.
there's a solid song in here, I think. And I can listen to it without hating myself. But like my buddy Zach, I was writing music with him last night. Zach really likes this song. Like he just has a lot of fun with it. He doesn't. I was a little surprised. He doesn't mind the fake snare. I think he's really tapped into his turn off the brain part when he listens. He just likes Hardy in general. I think if Hardy makes a song, but that's kind of how I am too. Like
I was just amazed at how many comments have come back saying, "Ooh, that truck bed takes pretty hot there, pal," and I'm like, "Is it?" Like, I thought it was a Buns song.
In Evan's YouTube comments, yeah, that was a pretty mid take on Truck Bed. Maybe actually like just get good. You know, it sounds like a skill issue. Just like
sounds like a skill issue. Yeah, on Hardy's end, but
no.
I feel like Truck Bed.
Jayded, give your thoughts. I'm interested to see what you say about this because
I don't know. It feels like it's not. It feels like a little more fresh, and I like the transition. I feel like it feels really good, and I don't have like super objective like defenses for it, but I like it. I like the way Hardy's voice sounds, even with the robot rap.
it's catchy.
I don't think there's anything with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
We'll say
From-
the chorus. Like I can think like I woke up on the wrong side of the truck
See,
bed. This
It's
morning
catchy,
when
and I
I-
can like that part, but the
Yeah.
song in general, I don't think it's a whole lot. Maybe it'll grow on me. Maybe it'll grow on me as like a guilty pleasure, but I just don't think it's like
Okay,
what candle does it hold to something like the Mockingbird and the Crow?
Yeah, where I find myself right now is that I get frustrated because I think it could be better than it
Mhm.
is, and I think I'm a little confused as to why it is the way it is.
And
Like-
it has Hardy's writing on it. And I love Hardy's writing.
I think it's cool. I also but I feel like with the whole truck bed thing, it feels a bit like a sequel to Boots a little bit. There's that
Well,
reference.
that's the
you
one
know?
part I like actually.
Yeah, and but I also think I don't know. I do like the writing. It's just at the end of the day, it frustrates me more than anything. It's because I feel like it. I don't. I feel like this was. I feel like I wasn't there when they were making this song in the studio, but I feel like it was like, okay, you had like it wasn't that hard. Like just make it like just change a couple things, and I think this song is a lot better than it is. I don't even think it's like I think of the fake snare really puts me off at the beginning. I don't like that. And then there's like weird production stuff until it transitions into the rock at the end, and I don't like that stuff. It's like I don't even know like exactly what it is. It's just like sounds and noises.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. There's like noises that go off in the background.
I
and
know
I'm just
exactly
like,
what you're talking about.
It's like, what are we? Why are we doing this?
It doesn't really bother me that much,
Yeah,
but I can understand why it does bother
the
you.
thing is, even though this is on the album, I think when the first time I listened to it, it was really jarring because I just wasn't expecting it because it was in all
Yeah.
caps. So I'm like, I'm ready for another rock song. Because I was excited. I was like, oh, what's this gonna be? I'm ready for rock. And then when he started like doing the rap talk weird thing at the beginning, I was like, a part of
Oh.
myself died a little bit. I was a little disappointed, but I've kind of been like, okay,
I don't know if it was rap. It was
it's
more
not.
just singing with a
It's
fast
like
cadence.
melodic rap.
It's syncopated singing with the rhythm. It's not really rap, but it kind of like it's more rap than it is like melodic
Yeah.
singing. You know.
Like
Yeah, it's got a
it's
little
melodic
cadence
rap.
to it. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Mockingbird and the Crows, obviously a freaking one of the best songs Hardy's maybe the best, but I don't know. Wait in the Truck is also really good, I think. Um, and then Here Lies Country Music, I think is just kind of solid. I kind of want a like I feel like I don't know what I want from this album. Maybe I'll know what I want after I hear this album when it comes out. Because a part of me, I really like a rock. Um, and even my least favorite songs on a rock have kind of grown on me. What's the one with Ashland Kraft?
So close.
So close. That one, there's the weird kind of like production at the beginning. You know what I'm talking about? I've never really liked that, but it's grown on me a lot. Like I don't hate it. I don't dislike it as much as I used to. I shouldn't say hate because I never hated it. So maybe that'll happen with Truck Bed. But I also love a rock, the closer on a rock, and so I'm interested to see what
Morgan
the
Wallen
closer
did
is
a
on
really
this
good
album.
cover of that actually at a songwriter show.
Oh really? Oh yeah. I think I saw a clip.
Sounded really good actually.
So I'm interested to see what the closer is on this album because it ends with the rock side. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And any other thoughts on Hardy before we do? What are we listening to?
I think Hardy's like vocals are just getting very, very good. I think
Yeah. Yeah.
from Hicks tape to this, or like even
Yeah,
his first
no, there
EP.
definitely is some growth. I don't like this. I don't.
Like,
I've talked about the
not
screaming.
just
How I don't
like
like the screaming, but vocally, he's definitely gotten stronger, better, range is bigger.
like not just I like the screaming. I like the fact that
Yeah.
he's figured out how to scream. That's impressive. But
Oh
he's
wait,
just
okay,
like
no, I'll say later. Okay.
he's just gotten like a much bigger range, and he's like better with his note transitions.
Yeah.
He's getting very good, and I don't even know if I want to say that I like his voice. Like I like the raspiness of it. I don't really like how strong of an accent he has generally, but
Maybe. Yeah.
it's I just I think he's getting really good, and I think that's part of what's pulling me back.
Ooh, I just thought of something real quick. This is not Hardy related, but I was thinking about voices, and that made me think about Morgan Wade, and then that also made me think about Kip Moore, and then If I Was Your Lover, and I want to know Jayded's thoughts on If I Was Your Lover featuring Morgan Wade, because I know Jayded likes
Well,
Kip Moore.
yeah, you were the first to find out how mad I was when she wasn't a feature originally.
Me and Jayded were kind of like, what the hell?
As soon as I listened to it, I texted Jaren. I was like,
Yeah.
"So when y'all do the podcast, I'm gonna need you to like mention
Yeah.
that like I'm very mad about this."
Yeah. I honestly can't remember if I did.
I think you did. I think you did.
Okay. No, I'm glad that. What do you think of? So, there's a couple things. I'm glad that we ended up getting that feature with them both on it. We won't talk about this for too long because we do need to move on. But like, it is an interesting feature because so Kip has that first verse, and then Morgan takes the second verse, and then she is kind of all throughout the rest of the song, but it can be hard to hear her. I feel like she's not prominent enough in the mix. Because she's on the.
I think it would have been. I think it would have been better. I know how much Grady hates like when people just sing at the same time, but I genuinely think like for like that last chorus, if they just both sang it both with their full raspiness, just yelling it, I feel like that would have been really effective.
I've tried to listen real close, and I think sometimes she like after she does that first verse, I think there is a chorus where they're together, she just gets
No, there
covered
is.
by Kip. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just she's really low in the mix. I don't.
Yeah.
I
You
would
can't really
imagine
hear
like
her.
she requested that though. I don't know if she really wanted to be part of the song, to be honest with you, because she kind of it kind of seemed like she was hesitant. But
That's true, but also Kip
Nothing
has
hesitant
never.
with the way she was like massaging Kip through the whole video.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, Kip has also never had a. Has Kip ever had a feature before? Ever? With anyone? Like
well, like,
neither of them do those things. Like I feel like they're both. Like Kip has never. Nobody's featured on any Kip anything. So like this is like a first. So the
I
fact that
never
that's what I'm saying.
I
The
never
fact that
thought
like
about that.
the fact that Morgan was on this song in itself is probably like maybe a one-time thing. Like so
Yeah.
it's like this is the best it's gonna get. So like be happy with it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, when the announcement came out, we were texting each other and we were like, so an album together, please.
That would be dope. I
It
think
would
their
be so
voices go
good.
together really well. I think it could be really
Yeah.
cool. I'm like still trying to figure out
Battle of
like
the Rest.
are they a thing? Like
I
that music video was awfully like why would you just do a music video with Morgan?
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
That was my thoughts. But I'm
It's
not
like-
getting into
I feel like
celebrity drama like
I feel like
that.
at this point we would have heard something about it.
I don't know, but
If it
also
was.
it's extremely private. Like we
Yeah.
actually don't know that much about Kip Moore. Like
Yeah.
like realistically, we know a lot more than about other people. And whenever people ask Kip about his relationships, he's always just kind of like, "Yeah, I don't know. Maybe sometime I'll get a girlfriend." Like I know he's clapping cheeks on the side. Like you don't look.
Well, yeah, of course.
You don't look like Kip Moore, and he's absolutely yoked. This man is climbing mountains. He's surfing. He's working out. And then he's shredding. He's playing Heartland Rock on. No, yeah, this man is.
This on the daily for sure.
Yes, yeah. That is happening. Like this man is like. Have you seen Daredevil?
No.
Yeah.
I was talking to Jayded. Sorry.
I figured. I just
So
add
he's
my
like
I've seen the first.
Murdoch.
I've seen
He's
the
just
first season of
he's like
Daredevil.
Murdoch. He's just having a big sex every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, just
right.
The way you word that, man, is like no.
Quote on that having a big sex.
That's gonna
Wow.
be on the back of your cardboard cutout when I get it.
All right. Who the frick?
No, what are we listening to?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. My
so
bad.
Jayded's gonna go
my brain
first because
said that.
Childers kind of moves into yours.
Yeah, well,
apparently.
It
So
would have been better if we did it afterwards, but it's okay.
oh well.
So
wait, Jayded, what are you listening to? Now you can go. You got to intro it like that every time.
I don't remember when we first did "What Are You Listening To." Was that a reference to the Chris Stapleton song, or was that just a
No,
coincidence?
we just didn't know what to call it.
I was just like,
Oh,
why not just call it What Are We Listening To? Because there's a podcast I listen to, and they have a segment where they talk about what they're reading. So like,
Yeah.
what are we reading? So it's
Well, every time I listen to the podcast, I think about that, and I'm like, was that intentional? I can't remember, but no, I guess it wasn't. But so, like I said, I really wish Childers' voice was a lot more prominent. I really wish that. And
yeah.
I've been listening to Childers longer than I've been into country music, really. Because,
Interesting.
I grew up listening to it, but like
Into it.
I've mentioned my brother multiple times. But I used to listen to Childers with him. And
Yeah.
he had like bottles and bottles like burned onto a CD, and then he had the actual Purgatory CD. And so like whenever he took me like anywhere, like if he was taking me to school or to my mom or whatever, he'd play Tyler Childers, and I really enjoy that. And then I think, how old would I have been when Country Squire came out? I'm 17 now.
Oh shoot, my camera.
Country Squire was 19, was it not?
I think so. You would have been like 14 if you're 17 now, right?
Yeah. So I listened to that when it came out, and it felt like it didn't feel as sparse, and it felt so like a lot more rootsy, and I just was not into it at the time, and I've listened to it not a lot since then. But after I listened to this album, I went back to it,
Okay.
and I think I've grown more of a taste for that kind of music, I guess, over the past few years. because I listened to it and I really liked it this time.
You're used
And
to that
also,
low effort acoustic stuff because of Zach Bryan. Yeah, that's what it
yeah,
is.
and and uh and I man, Bus Route is a banger. House Fire,
House Fire is
killer.
really good.
House Fire
Yeah.
is elite.
House Fire is
And
probably that's like the only song from. Well, actually, that's not true. I like All Yorn too. I know some people
I
that's
don't
their
like
best.
All Yorn as much as most people do.
It's not my favorite
I,
song off that album. That would probably be House Fire, but continue. Sorry.
I just and like also hearing like his voice being there and like the rap and the yelpiness, and it had definitely improved since Bottles and Bibles, which is my favorite Tyler Childers album. It has been for a long time. I just I really like this album now. The writing there is there, and his voice is there, and I like the instrumental now. Even though I would have preferred it to be more sparse, like Purgatory was, but you know, I like it.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation.
All right. Okay. I understand. We now see why you wanted to.
Yeah, it makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jaren, do you want to go or should I go?
I have a feeling we might. There's a chance that we might have the same album.
Oh
Has that happened
no!
Is that like an organically
No!
happened before?
So I'll let you go first, and I can readjust. It's all good. I can bring something else. It's okay. Go ahead.
You better
Evan is
not.
reading Kahan Stick Season today.
No, I am too. I am because it's so good.
I know
It's
it
so
is.
good.
Evan is so
Yeah.
predictable. Like even if I had
Okay, but I've been talking about this album for weeks now. Okay, I heard the pre-release. I was like, "Yo, this is sick." Then I put it in my fall video and said, "This is gonna be sick." And then it came out, and I posted it like, "It's time. It's here." Then I've listened to it a bunch, and it's sick. So you know I'm bringing Noah's album, Stick Season. It's a fantastic album.
Stick Season.
I've just been less. I like Noah Kahan. I have for a little
Is it
while.
Kahan?
It is Kahan. You've said it wrong. You say Kahan.
Oh, I hate that. I like Kahan better.
No, I like Kahan.
Kahan.
Anyway, freaking Canadians mispronouncing everything, spelling
Yeah, for
everything
real.
wrong.
Freaking
That's the
Americans
worst.
taking my suggestions. Get out of my album. This is my album, Jay.
I literally read your mind and then told you that you could have this album. So complain about it, please. Go off, King.
Alright. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I will
Evan,
talk about this album.
Evan, tell us about the album.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
You know what I'll do?
You will.
I'll just bring a different Noah Kahan EP or something.
I'm curious. So how have you been waiting for this album as long as, or like how?
I've always like okay. I discovered Maine by Noah Kahan a while ago, and I've kind of like listened to a couple other songs by him here and there, and I've listened to some other stuff, and so I've always he's always been on my radar, but I'm not like not like sucking his toes over here, like, oh, I love Noah Kahan, you know, like it's like go ahead.
I have a weird like my relationship with his music is definitely weird, like how I found it, because I found, so obviously he put out Northern Attitude and Stick Season like 2 months ago or something, and I saw someone post about these, and I was like, I liked promotional images, I heard the songs, I was like, yeah, I really like the songs. And then, so I was like, you know what? Does this guy have other music? I went back, and
So you found him like 2 months ago.
No, because his first album, Busy Head, right? There's a song. I go on his page. I'm like, wow, that album cover's familiar. And then I go to his that album, and what song is it? There was a song from Busy Head that I just was jamming, and maybe. Was it False Confidence? I think it might have been I don't know. But that song, I randomly found in like grade 9 and listened to it a lot for like a month. So but I completely forgot Noah existed. Found his music, fell in love with his new music.
Sorry.
Forgetting I already knew he existed. So, shut up. This is my album, okay? Did you know I was gonna bring it?
I
Well,
mean,
obviously you
Kahana
knew.
fan. Yes, I knew.
Of
I
course
could've
you
told-
knew.
If you had asked me 2 weeks ago, what album do you think Evan's gonna bring on the episode that you film in 2 weeks? I would have been like, yeah, that Noah Kahan album. That's probably my top pick for that one. I'm just saying.
All right. Well then, you know what?
I'm a Noah Kahan fan. My name's Evan.
I'm not bringing Noah Kahan.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
switch it up then.
Why would you do that?
Yeah,
Just
no,
do it.
he
Please
yeah
just
he
do
he
it.
made a decision right now. That was
I
not.
literally told you to take the album. Take it, please.
Well,
Like, I'm already-
no. It's okay.
He's just
I'm
proving a point at this point.
because I'm a
Bruh,
fake fan.
this is-
So
this
I'm
is- this-
I'm gonna
this is
bring
stupid.
another album I've been listening to a lot, just to tick
Yeah.
Jaren off. It's
This is
called
stupid.
Nicole by a girl named Nikki. It is an alternative album. I found it actually in the recommended based on listening to Joji. It is like bedroom pop music, and I actually love it. She is from Indonesia, and she references it a lot in songs like High School in Jakarta, which is a city in Indonesia where she grew up. And it is very much like white girl Starbucks trying to get through your 20s music, but I really mess with it. And you know what? Because I'm going to talk about Noah Kahan just to tick Jaren off even more. I'm going to talk about that album on the channel anyways, so I don't need to talk about it here. So if I'm giving you a suggestion, it's very light, pretty music. Her voice is gorgeous. Listen to Nicole by Nikki. Yeah, now what, Jaren? What do you listen to?
Jaren, don't even like bring
Punk.
anything by it.
I'm not gonna do Noah Kahan anymore because he's being petty. So I'm also
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
petty.
Yeah,
I will
just do
do
something
it.
completely different. Yeah.
listen to Noah Kahan because it's good. It's good stuff.
It is a really good album.
I recently discovered within the past 2 weeks an artist called Blue Eyes. It's in all caps. It's BLU.
You
with a
posted
little,
about this actually.
Yeah, and then it's blue and eyes, and it's pretty cool. She's just I'm not sure. She's definitely in like I think she's in. It's either like early 20s, late teens. I think she's probably early 20s if I had to guess. But I really like her writing because it's extremely raw. She's just like her newest song is called "My Body Hates Me," and it's this very like real like song about how like some like her and her body don't always get along, and like it's frustrating and life is exhausting and like all this other stuff. And it's her sound though. I guess I should talk about how it sounds. A lot of her songs that I've heard remind me a lot of like a little bit of Red era Taylor Swift, like just a little bit. Like there's a touch of that, and her voice reminds me a little bit of Taylor Swift, so I think that's also part of it. But she kind of taps a little bit into. She also taps into like that Olivia Rodrigo sound, not as like experimental and like in your face, but like maybe like there's a little bit of pop punk rock there, just like a little bit, but there's also a little bit of like alt rock. It's like this fusion of like things. And then I would also compare it to. I don't even know what genre Lizzie McAlpine technically is, but I would definitely
I
compare
just
it
say
to Lizzie
singer-songwriter.
Yeah,
Check her
so
in
I would
there.
also compare it to Lizzie McAlpine because like her
Actually,
song
you know
would
what?
never-
Lizzie McAlpine's first album is also a good comparison for the album Nikki's Nikki's
okay.
album.
Okay,
Nicole.
that's cool story. So anyway, no,
Bro, I can mute you and you're out of the podcast, by the way, because we're using the Discord audio today. Maybe I
would
will.
compare.
Sure, I'm just gonna come replace you. I quit the podcast. And I'm gonna come replace
Maybe I
you.
will. Maybe I will. Oh, I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't. I can't.
I can't hear him. All right, fine.
Okay, thanks for the
Jared,
things.
Is there something wrong?
Anyway,
Oh, now I can't. Wait, now I can't. Okay, there we go. Continue.
bruh, Evan just break the episode. If you did that, I would make you edit this episode too. I'm not editing this one. Anyway, I would compare some of her sound, probably Lizzie McAlpine in general, but specifically her newest album actually. But not like the weird, more of like the straightforward like stuff, not like the more experimental sound of 5 Seconds Flat. Because I know that can be a turnoff for some people, although people with high quality, exquisite taste know that that's a good album. And Evan,
I still haven't gone back to it.
no, it's I low key have been coming back to it more than I think. Maybe give me a minute. Maybe it's better. I guess it depends. It's two different moods.
It's what
I
you
feel like.
want. It's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's two different moods, so it's like I don't know. They're both really good. But I would compare it to like more recent Lizzie McAlpine. Really good writing. I really like her voice. I don't know. It's just if you were into the Lizzie McAlpine thing when I recommended it back beginning of the year, I would check out Blue Eyes. I think she's also her on like social media is she's very likable. She's just kind of truthful with how she is. I can appreciate that. And her aesthetic, her album covers are really good. I think she's getting ready for an album because
You know what that looks like a lot.
What?
To me.
Oh, Phoebe Bridgers.
Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah, I can read Evan's mind. It's just how it is.
We've established this, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I knew he was gonna be like, oh, that's Phoebe Bridgers, an original Evan thought.
Well, because they look the gosh darn same. Because they look the friggin' same.
Look the gosh darn same.
I low-key like this this art more than Phoebe Bridgers, just a little bit, because I like the blue and then like the black and then the red, like reddish orange. I like that gradient that's on that. But I think she's getting ready for an album because two of these singles have like the same cover, and then another one has a similar looking cover where she's wearing the same clothes. So I think she's either it's an EP or an album. I'm kind of excited. Maybe give her a chance. If you like her, keep an eye on her because she's growing pretty quickly. I think she's kind of starting to catch a lot of steam on social media, which is how I discovered her. So, yeah, check that out. I think we've all gone, so it's time for Who the Frick, I think.
Being run by Jayded today.
And the Jayded will I'm sorry.
Got it. Yeah.
Like sometimes I just.
I like how you leaned closer into the mic for that.
I know. All right, I'm ready for this though. I'm excited.
So Jayded's got Who the Frick.
Evan's hosting. Jayded's gonna frick us up.
Oh, Chief.
All right, so
take it away.
Be clear. I start with a hint, and then I give two more if y'all can't get it from the hint.
One hint at a time.
It's one hint, and then we get a guess. It's just one hint at a time, and then another hint, and then a guess. So we get
Right,
three
well,
guesses.
I only have 3 hints lined up. I can probably
That's fine.
Something.
That's fine.
All right.
I only have 3 hints lined up. That's how it goes.
This artist is 6'4".
Bruh.
Not Jaren.
Jaren's height.
My guess is not Jaren.
My guess is John Party, unironically.
No.
That is my guess. No.
Who is 6'4" like that?
I just know that
Is
John Party's
Coetzel really tall? I feel like he's really tall.
Oh, that's.
I'm just gonna say
actually.
Coetzel.
No.
Okay.
All right. Grady has made a video about this artist, like just this artist.
Oh. How tall is Brad Paisley, Evan? How tall do you think Brad Paisley?
Oh, not that tall. Not that tall.
Are you sure?
Oh,
Maybe.
wait a minute.
Maybe
I'm
it's
gonna
Riley Green.
I'm gonna submit my guess as Alan Jackson.
Oh.
Yep, you got it.
I'm kind of
he's
nice.
He is
I'm kind of
tall,
nice.
isn't he? That's true. He's tall. He's a tall boy.
He is. I was also gonna guess.
Oh, boy.
Because I was thinking.
Ronnie Dunn
Dirks.
is gonna be my next
I don't know
guess.
how tall Dirks is. I feel like he's not that tall, but Dirks came to mind because he's done videos on Dirks before.
I was thinking that or
6'1".
Ronnie Dunn.
Yeah.
But don't mind Evan just snagging it in like 30 seconds. It's all right. Jaren could never. So,
Well,
All right.
I make questions harder, so I'm just kidding.
all right.
This
second artist.
This artist, at least from my perspective, has both 1s and 10s in
Actually,
his
what was the
starter
third? I want to know what the third clue was for Alan Jackson.
Has a song called Chattahoochee.
He has a little known hit that you guys might not have heard before called Chattahoochee.
What was the third hint, though, to curiosity?
I was just gonna say he was like one of the most influential artists of like the 80s and 90s.
So then I probably would have got Ronnie Dunn.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay, so
next
one.
artist.
All right. This next artist has both straight 1s and 10s in his discography.
Albums or songs?
Like songs.
Songs.
Yeah.
Okay, that's tougher.
Can you just? I don't know if I understood I'm confused.
In Jaren's view, this artist has songs that are
In
a
Jayded's
one.
view.
Oh
not
my
Jaren's
gosh!
view.
There's too many A's.
Yeah,
In
Evan's pretty
Jayded's
stupid. I think we
view,
established that.
in Jayded's view, this artist has songs that are a 1 and a 10, like boldly 1 and boldly 10.
Wait. Okay, so like this, not the song itself is a 1 and a 10 at the same time. They just have 10s and they have ones.
10s and 1s.
Yes.
I'm gonna just throw out Eric Church as my guess.
No.
Huh? I think that's a good guess though. I think actually. I'm gonna guess Kip Moore.
I don't think. No, I don't think. I don't think Eric Church has any straight ones. Probably like threes.
He definitely has worse
Kip Moore
songs.
doesn't have ones either.
All right,
Well,
so
what's the next clue?
we're missing on the first one.
All right, next clue. This artist has like this artist doesn't have a voice. He just has rasp.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Doesn't have a voice.
Oh, hold on.
Is this Zach Bryan? No, because I don't think he has
No.
Zach Bryan songs of 1.
I don't know if that's. This can't be Morgan Wallen. He has a voice. This isn't Morgan Wallen, is it? That one. Okay,
Is
I'm
that
just
your
gonna.
guess?
I'm gonna guess Morgan Wallen.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That's the only person I could think of. This has a raspy.
Very raspy voice.
Oh. Oh shoot.
Save it
I
for the
think I
next
might know
clue.
who this. I think there's a chance I know who this is. The 10s and the 1s and maybe the raspy voice. I'm not. I can't. Can I? I'm not.
Screw
I
it.
can't guess again.
I'm just gonna do a throwaway and say Tyler Childers because he was in this episode, but
No.
I know he doesn't have one, so it's a throwaway of a guess.
All right. I'll wait for the next clue and then I'll guess. I think I might know who it is.
This artist has been featured by one of the most prominent like metal bands.
Brantley Gilbert.
Yeah.
I knew it. You said 10s and 1s. He has some really good songs, and then he has some like nope. And then when you said rasp and no voice, I just had to think about it a little bit, and I thought of it.
Fair enough.
I thought of it.
All right, third and final artist.
I really wish I had a mic to lead into for this, but this artist knows your mom.
Me.
Knows your mom.
That is an
Is this
incredible
one
clue.
Riley Green? I feel like all the moms are into Riley Green. Dude's a Chad.
I'll say Brett Young.
Oh, that's
No.
a good. Actually, I wasn't. Maybe it is Boyfriend Country. That's a good.
That's
point.
where my mind went.
I'm gonna do Brett Eldridge.
Well, I haven't given my second
You haven't
hint
given
yet.
the second hint.
Wait, what? I didn't guess the first. I didn't
You
guess.
did.
I thought you did.
Huh?
I thought you said Riley Green.
Yeah.
That wasn't my actual guess. I was just talking.
All right. Well, I said no, but go ahead.
I didn't
Go
realize
ahead.
you answered that.
All right, he's taking Brett Eldridge then. Fine, we'll give him a second guess.
I
It's
didn't.
not-
That
it's not
wasn't.
Brett
I said. Oh, I guess that. I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Do you want
that came
Brett
off as a
Eldridge
guess.
as your guess?
Yeah, Brett Eldridge is my guess. That's what I didn't realize that was how I was thinking. Is it? I'm assuming it's wrong. Is it
No.
wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's wrong. Grady. Okay, well, I don't want to say this.
A lot of Grady clues.
I feel like he'd.
Hey yo.
Yeah. Grady hates what this artist is currently putting out. I didn't want to say he hated this artist because
Sure. Interesting. Okay. I don't. Oh, well. Is it? It can't be that.
Knows your mom.
Okay, I'm gonna throw another one. Dustin Lynch.
No.
Okay.
No, because you didn't mind. Then
Wait,
you
oh
Dustin.
no! I know who it is. Okay, I gotta save it. I'll clutch up. If Evan doesn't.
I
get
don't
this, I'm gonna
know.
clutch
I
up.
don't know. Well, you have to wait for the
Clutch
third
it.
clue. You have to wait for the third clue.
No,
But you can just guess instantly.
instantly.
And Grady's been hating this person lately.
I think I know who it is. I'm gonna be really upset if it's not right, but I think that first. I think that first.
Oh my
that
gosh, I'm
first
drawing.
clue
My
really.
mind's completely blanking. My mind's
That
completely blanking.
that first clue kind of light bulb went off. I think I know
Oh,
who it is.
my mind's blanking, so I'm just gonna say freaking. Oh my gosh,
If he just tosses it up and gets it, I'm gonna be upset.
who's an artist that knows your mom?
I don't even know if you know it.
Can you
'Cause I don't
can
feel
you
like
guess
my
one? You're taking forever.
All
You're
right,
taking a long time.
just freaking look. John Party. I'm blanking. That's
I
not it
guess
at
Tom
all.
Party.
That's
I
not.
guess that.
I know.
Oh, wait,
I'm just doing a
that was
throw.
different
I'm doing a
artist. That was
throwaway
different
guess
artist.
because I can't. My mind's
Okay.
blanking. I'm doing a throwaway.
I'm
guess.
I'm before you give this clue, I'm gonna guess Walker Hayes.
no.
Dang it!
Can that count as his third guess?
It
This
is my
bro's
third
going
guess.
safety.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's
It's my
clear.
third.
It's clear.
I
it's
literally
clear
just said
happening.
my third.
Alright,
Y'all are
alright,
like
alright.
y'all are stupid or something. That was clearly my third guess.
No, you're not. We ain't stupid. You just breaking the rules.
I feel
I
that's
wanted
your
to-
forecast actually, but
I was attempting to flex on you, Evan, and yes, I failed. I'm sorry.
But there's nothing to flex. You're wrong. So give me the clue, Jayded.
this artist has
I really
a
hope-
name that is ironic
I really hope
for the
Jaren-
genre that's in.
I really hope Jaren knows it now. Ironic for the genre he's in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like
Somehow I feel like Jaren's gonna end up getting this. But that's only because he's
Names.
gotten the last two.
maybe like what's a name that is
Evan got the
ironic
first
for
one.
the genre. What the heck?
Evan got the first one.
Yeah, I got the first one.
Wait, you did?
Yeah, he got Alan Jackson.
Bro,
Oh, yeah,
why
you
am
did,
I
you did,
getting
you're right.
discredited for this?
It's because your whole flow is whack today, Evan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Name is ironic? I don't know what that means.
I feel like I might know this, but like I just can't think of anything. Like
Ironic for the genre. That's just tripping me out.
You could
Knows your
argue
mom.
that it's no longer.
Oh, what were you saying? You could argue what?
Well, I guess it wouldn't be fair to say it now, because Jaren doesn't have a guess.
Well, it's fine. You can. It's whatever. It's okay.
Some would say that it wouldn't currently be ironic, but it would be originally ironic.
Oh gosh, this is good.
Then now I'm more confused. Now I'm even more confused.
I don't even.
Knows your mom. That's what keeps tripping me up. Cause who knows my mom? And Grady hates what they're putting in. Like hates it.
You're in her DMs. I'm having a seizure in the Walgreens.
I'll say, bro. Chris Lane looks like he'd know my mom. I have no clue.
Oh,
Who?
I thought we just kept going, but do I just say now?
Do you have another clue you want to give us?
Do you have another clue? I mean, we can keep going, but no, we usually will just say the answer after 3. If you have
I'll
another
give
clue,
this as my last. I'll give this as my last clue.
Okay.
Of course, now my dog's freaking out. So I'm gonna mute.
You guys were. This artist is currently putting out Boyfriend Country. Y'all were right on that.
Hey there guys, Jaren here. I am just popping in to explain why the episode randomly ends. That is because Evan went to mute himself because Archie, his dog, was barking a bunch, and then he forgot to unmute himself. So, for the last 5 minutes of the episode, Evan is not heard, which makes for a really interesting listen. I'm deciding to just cut it. The answer is to the last question is Keith Urban. Me and Evan were both like, oh, of course. It would be awesome if you guys could blast Evan in the comments, maybe DM him. Tell him that he smells and that I'm the better looking co-host. So yeah, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for listening this far. Thanks for supporting me and Evan. You guys are real ones.